guys, so we're going to jump right into the video. I'm priming my eyelids with the Naked Weightless Concealer in light neutral. We're just going to put that all over our eyes to make a nice base for our eyeshadows. I'm blending it with a damp beauty blender and just pressing it all over my eye and making it nice and flawless. So make sure that your beauty blender is pretty damp, because the damper it is, the more moisturizing and hydrating it's going to be for your eye. So now I'm going to go in with Purely Naked, which is a Makeup Geek shadow, and I'm just taking a flat brush. You can really use any. I used a crown brush that I got from an Ipsy bag once. We're just placing that all over the eyelids to make a base for our shadows that we're going to go in later, and it'll make the darker ones blend much easier. This is a pretty crucial step. Don't forget to do this. Now on the Sigma E40, we're going to take Peach Smoothie, which is also by Makeup Geek, and use this as our first transition shade that is going to set the tone for the rest of our shadows. Next, I'm going to use Creme Brulee, also by Makeup Geek, and we're going to put that in pretty much the same place that we put Peach Smoothie. It's just going to add a little bit more dimension and depth to that Peach Smoothie to make it pop much more. Doing the same thing on the other side and just blending them in nicely. Next, on in Sigma E33, which should come up, okay, I'm going to go in with Makeup Geek Mocha, and we're going to start making the V on the outer portion of our eye to create the darkness that we're going to have in our eyeshadow. And it's in small little motions. Make sure you're nice and controlled in windshield wiper motions, and make a little V on the outside of your eye. So then when we get that to the color that we want, we're just going to keep blending and making sure that it goes in smoothly. I'm going to go back in with an E40, and I just put it has no product on it, it's just anything that was excess, and we're going to just blend it together. Now I'm going to go in with a fluffy lid brush. You can really use any. This one doesn't even have a name. And I'm going to take Half Baked from the Naked 2 palette. This is going to make a base for the gold glitter, or not gold glitter, gold pigment that we're going to go in with later. This is going to make a nice transition from the light gold to a little darker gold, and then to the dark brown that we have on the outside of the lid. So we're going to take the Shade and Light palette from Kat Von D, and we're going to use that brown shade, and we're going to start doing a little line and doing nice precise motions on the outside of the eye in a nice V form. Make sure it's little precise movements so that it doesn't get messy. Once you do big movements, that's when it can get messy and you could start looking like you have a black eye. Keep darker shades on your eye lower. So you want them to be closer to the lash line and the lighter shades closer to your brows. And just keep it in that range. We're going to go back in with an E40 that has no product to blend again. Just melt everything together, get all the shades to come together and look one, so you never see when one shade starts and the other one ends. So now we're going to dampen our brush with Max Fix Plus, and we're going to go in with the star of the show, which is Max Loose Pigment in English Gilt. I don't think this isn't available anymore. I think it was just a part of a holiday package last year. But Makeup Geek has an exact dupe in Afterglow that looks exactly the same. I've used that pigment for this same look, and you can hardly tell the difference. That one has maybe a little bit more pink, but nothing that you can really tell, and it's much cheaper. So we're going to go back in to the Shade and Light palette and use that gray color, and we're going to do like a little line towards the lash line on a flat precision brush. We're going to go back in with the Sigma E25 to blend that out, and we're going to do little side motions and then flick it up a little so that it fades into the lighter browns that are up there. And we're going to do the same thing in the other eye, as you see, just flicking it up and blending it together, really, really small motions. That's going to be your best friend, or small little motions. I'm going to go back in with an E40 to blend. Girl, you have to always blend. So I did my eyeliner off camera, and now I'm going to use my makeup remover wipe just to clean up the fallout that I get, because I always get so much fallout from my eyeshadows. That's why I like to do my eyeshadow first rather than my face. and I'm pulling my skin taut just to clean up more precisely around my eyeliner. So now I'm using a lip balm just to prime my lips. They're feeling a little dry, and we're going in with the Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizer in Smoothing Primer. We're just going to spread that over our face to smooth over any large pores that I have or any imperfections and lines. Now I'm using the L'Oreal True Match Lumi and the True Match Original, mixing them together to give a nice dewy-ish finish. I don't like to be too dewy. And we're taking it on a Sigma F60 flat top kabuki brush. Mine is missing a little bit of bristles, so it's not giving me the best finish right now, but it'll still do. I'm spreading all the foundation on my face, doing nice patting motions to make sure that the foundation sinks in deeper to my skin and makes it last all day. Now I'm dampening my beauty blender some more with Fix Plus and just dabbing my foundation further into my skin. I love using the brush and then the beauty blender because the brush gives me a good coverage, and then the beauty blender sucks up any excess so you'll never get cakey. That is really, really good tool to use if you're afraid to get cakey with foundation, because I know it's not a cute look. So then we're going to go back in with the Naked Weightless Concealer in Light Boost. We're going to conceal under our eyes, and then we're also going to conceal on our forehead, the bridge of our nose, and our chin. Now I'm using the MAC Prep and Prime in Light Boost to further highlight all the same areas, you know, under the eyes, now my forehead, the bridge of my nose, and also my chin. So then with the same beauty blender, I'm going to pounce all that out and blend it in together. I like to use the same beauty blender because it still has some of that foundation that we went in with earlier, and the foundation mixed in with the concealer that we're blending out now just makes all the colors come together so much nicer, and you never can tell when your concealer stops and your foundation starts. It just brings them together because you have both of those colors on the same sponge, and it ties them in really, really nicely. So just keep bouncing it out. Never rub because you're just going to be taking out product. Instead, dab it into your skin so that the foundation and the concealer go into your skin and they don't wear off. So now I'm going in with the Laura Mercier Brightening Powder. This stuff is so good. It does not let your concealer crease. If you have a problem with creasy concealer, just use that powder and you're gonna love it. I used a e.l.f. blush brush for this. I don't like this brush for blush because it's tapered and it's not fluffy enough, but for my under eye, it's amazing for setting. It's so, so good. So then I'm going to also take MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Light to just brighten up the under eye a little more. It wasn't that bright for me. So now on a Real Techniques powder brush, I'm going to use Black Radiance Bronzer in Golden Almond Finish just to warm up the face a little. This is a drugstore bronzer. It's so good. I really, really like it right now, and it's a nice shade to give the face some warmth. Now on a NARS Ita brush, I'm taking Hoola Bronzer by Benefit to carve out my cheekbones and give myself a nice contour. I first place a little bit on these edges of my face and then use the brush to blend it out, and it goes side by side. Once I don't have that much product left on my brush, then I start blending up towards my cheekbones and towards my eyes. You never want to blend down because that's going to make your face look fatter, which totally defeats the purpose of contouring, because that contouring is to give yourself a nice carved out cheekbones to make your face look skinnier, and why would you want to make yourself look fatter? So now with a dual fiber brush, I'm just going to blend that in a little. That side of my bronzer wasn't as crisp and a nice line as my other one, so I just used that same e.l.f. brush that I went in for my concealer and cleaned it up a little. Now I'm using MAC's Mineralized Blush in Gentle to give myself some color and nice rosy cheeks, and just using any blush brush. This one doesn't even have a name. Went back in with the dual fiber brush to blend it in together and give it nice flow and transition of colors. And now on a fan brush, I'm taking the Becca Champagne Pop. which it's a beautiful highlight, but with this look, like specifically, it ties it in so nice because it has a little bit of gold in it, and it ties in the gold from the powder that we put on our eyes to the gold from the highlighter that we're putting on our cheek and the rest of our places. So now we're highlighting the Cupid's bow. That is my favorite place to highlight, and also the bridge of my nose. I like to do the bridge of my nose versus the ball of my nose because the ball of my nose just makes me feel like cute, like Rudolph. So now we're brushing the brows because they look a little crazy. I'm actually going to fill them off camera. I'm also going to do my lashes, which I go in with the velour silk lashes in Fairly, and I used the Anastasia Brow Wiz in dark brown. Now on a flat precision brush, we're going to tightline our eyelashes on the bottom with the Shade and Light colors to give some nice shadow on the bottom of our lashes. And we're going to go in with a Sigma E32 to blend that out. Now with MAC Japanese Maple, we're going to do a nice pinky nude lip for this look. I think it ties it in really nicely since I wanted the eyes to be the main focus of the face. I wanted to do a nice neutral lip, and you can really never go wrong with a pinky nude. So I'm using the gloss from Gerard Cosmetics in Buttercream. Those two shades together, the Japanese Maple and the Buttercream, are such a nice pair that they really go perfect together, and it really, really complements this look. So that's the end of this makeup tutorial, and I hope you enjoyed it. Okay guys, this is the finished look. I hope you like it. I think it's a soft, feminine, golden brown look that'll look amazing for any event, and you're gonna look stunning. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe down below and give this video a thumbs up. I love you guys, y hasta la próxima.